if I die today. I'ma go and get some money if I die today. I'ma go and get some money if I die today. If I die today.
Cold flows for a cold mind, see a new world, but I'm so blind. Kick rocks when your time's up, better start digging like a coal mine. Cold heart, seen cold times, it's a bold move, but the sunshine raise up when you...
Good morning, Ada Army. It's your boy Boomin coming at you with yet another video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that notification bell so you never miss a Boomin update, guys. We got these updates daily. You don't want to miss them. I got my hot tea and honey locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's get this show started. Down below in the description, we got links. Go ahead and click the link for the Patreon. Also, we got some merch too. Go ahead and hit it up. Let's get the show started, guys. We got World Mobile Token again with that heat, with that fire. May we have your attention, please? 200 air nodes in Zanzibar. This is awesome, guys. So if you don't know what an air node is, it's pretty much a small access point. In IT, an access point is a device that allows you to connect to the internet on it. So like your modem at your house, you plug it in and you could connect your phone to the modem in order to get Wi-Fi. That's basically what access point is. So these air nodes are being built by World Mobile and put in remote areas so people could have more connectivity. 200 air nodes in Zanzibar. All credit to World Mobile team, especially engineers who work day and night to install them. Not forgetting Mr. Telecoms for dreaming big and working relentlessly towards the goal. So we can see here, guys, it's pretty cool. 200 air nodes, 1.8 terabytes of network consumption in 24 hours, 19,000 unique users, and network uptime 226 days. This is pretty cool right here. They have a couple in the southern part of Zanzibar, and they got one here all the way out east and one here all the way out in the north. So it's spreading. We talked about World Mobile putting up Wi-Fi balloons kind of in Wales as well. So they're trying to innovate on the connectivity ecosystem. So this is pretty cool, guys. Shout out to World Mobile Token doing the hard work. We keep hearing about them creating products, getting people up to date and connected, and that's what we love to see. Thank you to OneCom, ticker symbol 1COMM. Guys, you know the drill. Please consider delegating your crypto to OneCom, ticker symbol 1COMM. Follow them on Twitter for Cardano, crypto news, and community updates. 0% fees until at least the end of June 2023 for all existing and new delegators, guys. It's important that you delegate to OneCom because we want to keep Cardano decentralized. What's the point of having Cardano when half of the pools are owned by Binance? What if Binance goes under? So delegate your crypto to a small stake pool operator near you. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, guys, so we got some Djed updates. Yay, Djed updates. Thank you to Stake with Pride with this. This is amazing. Djed is a novel algorithmic stablecoin based on peer review research. It uses a tri-coin over-collateralized design to protect hodlers. We got the CEO of Cody describing how it works. So I think it's important. Let's take a look at it.
As we begin, moment zero, right? Just the Big Bang, everything starts now, right?
Yeah.
So you have, you don't have any ADA in the smart contract. There is no Djed, there is no Shen, there's nothing there. People start pouring in ADA into the smart contract, right? Why do they do that? Because when they pour in this ADA, they can get Shen. And Shen, as I've mentioned, is a token. It's a volatile asset. It has a value that is derived directly from the protocol because you collect fees, because you collect some upside of ADA and other things. But for the time being, people are pouring in ADA into the smart contract, and they are minting Shen. Once we reach a certain threshold, and that threshold is set to 400%, people can start minting Djed, because now we have a lot of collateral in the smart contract. So let's say there are $4 worth of ADA in the smart contract. You can now mint 1 Djed worth $1, 4 to 1. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Now this process continues, right? And people are pouring in more ADA into the smart contract, because now they either want to mint Shen, because they still want to be part of the system, or they actually want to mint Djed, the stablecoin, because they want the stablecoin because they want some safe haven from volatility, because they want to gain farming rewards, indexes, for all the good reasons people want a stablecoin. So we are above 4x now, and the system works freely for everybody. So you can mint Shen, you can burn Shen, you can mint Djed, you can burn Djed, everything works. Now there is a lot of ADA in the smart contract that is actually 8x, 800% threshold compared to the demand for Djed. When we reach that, you can still obviously mint and burn Djed, but you cannot mint any more Shen. Why? Because we don't want to dilute all the holders of Shen, because now there's a lot of people there, and they're getting the fees, and we don't want to dilute them anymore. So above 8x, so there are $8 worth of ADA there for Shen holders. You can only mint, you cannot, and there is just 1 Djed out there, you cannot mint any more Shen. If people mint more Djed, then the collateral ratio changes, and people can still mint more Shen. So 0 to 8x, you can freely mint Shen. Above 8x, you cannot mint Shen. Until we reach 4x, you cannot mint Djed, because there's not enough collateral to back you in all extreme cases. But above that, you can mint Djed as much as you want. Where does it get interesting? 2 things. First, safety and pegging. You can always burn Djed. So you can always return your Djed to the smart contract and get $1 worth of ADA. Why? Because we have over collateral, and Djed holders get the priority.
Yeah.
If we are dropping below 4x, Djed can still be burned for ADA, but you cannot burn your Shen now. This is the risk you're assuming. Until there is more ADA in the smart contract, you cannot burn your Shen. So this is how this whole thing works. We will share an image afterwards that you can post if you'd like, that kind of like shows this entire thing. But
so that was wonderfully explained by CEO of Cody there. So pretty much it's over collateralized stablecoin. And what that means is that in order to mint Djed, you're going to need to have at least 400% more reserves of ADA or Shen in the smart contract to even think about minting Djed. What this does is it allows room for bank runs. You know, if we're 400% more collateralized, that means for every 1 Djed, you have 4 ADA, $4 worth of ADA, if that makes sense. So if everyone tried to do a bank run, you'd have over the amount of collateral to support it. Now, is this a perfect science? No. There have been other over-collateralized stablecoins that have failed. I'm not saying that Djed is going to fail. I'm going to be using Djed, of course. But it is a way to mitigate risk. Now, stablecoins are not zero risk, right? I don't want people to get the idea that, you know, just because it's on Cardano and just because it's over collateralized that absolves them of risk. That is not the case. But it is a way to help mitigate risk because you are over collateralized. Let's just say bank, you want to deposit money in a bank, and
as we begin, moment 0, right?
Sorry about that. You had to deposit money in a bank, and they required $4 for every $1 you got back, pretty much. So if everyone had to put in or if they had $4 of reserves for every $1 that depositors put in. So if that makes sense. So if you put in $100, instead of them fractionalizing those reserves, they have $400 in reserves. That means that if all of their customers came into the bank and demanded their money back, they would be able to do those refunds and still have reserves left over. Okay. Now, there could be, there are some risks with Djed. Number one would be exploits. If someone were to, hack it in some way, get the code and, drain the reserves, that could happen. There are some risks. So that's all I want to say. I'm excited for Djed. I'm going to be using it, but it's not without risk. All right. So I hope you learned something there. And then finally, guys, I had a subscriber ask me about Paribus. If you guys have any tokens you want me to go over, please DM me on Twitter or leave it in the comment section down below. I want to start getting on those overviews again. I think you guys enjoyed them. But we haven't talked about Paribus in a while. Cross-chain borrowing and lending protocol for NFTs, liquidity positions, and synthetic assets. They have a YouTube channel as well, so I'd highly recommend you guys go ahead and check that out. I'm going to go ahead and retweet this bad boy for you so you can check it out. They recently put out an article here talking about some delays and some of the troubles that they've had in 2022. Let's go on into it here. Thank you to the subscriber that DM'd me on Twitter. I do DM back. So if you guys want to talk to me on Twitter, please do so. So it'd be naive to think that some of the events that they mentioned above, SBF, FTX, all that stuff, it would be naive to think these events hadn't had an impact on the roadmaps of the vast majority of projects in the space. While at times it's been frustrating, we've also capitalized on delays this turbulence has created. We've been able to extensively test our minimum viable product on 2 different test nets, and the update, its design is based on plenty of helpful feedback. As more questions are being asked about SBF's role in the negative events of this year, and as pressure grows on the SEC to justify its adversarial approach to the crypto, there are glimmers of hope that we may be through the worst. It's not to say there won't be more bumps in the road, but at this point, 2023 is starting to look like it will be a herald of the start of the recovery. I mean, I don't want to say this because I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, 2022 is probably the worst year money-wise for me. Like, holy cow, I've never lost so much money in my life than in 2022, man. My net worth went down like 90% this year, and I'm sure you guys feel the same pain. So it's not just you guys. Everybody's net worth is crashed. Unless you're, the top 1%, then your net worth has went up. Well, I take that back. Even Elon Musk's net worth went down. I think Mark Zuckerberg lost like $50 billion this year or something like that. So it's been hard times for everybody in 2022. At the same time, we're looking forward to launching our MVP in the early part of next year. So MVP means minimum viable product. Okay. It's a provisional date that is mid to late January. However, with all things in crypto, this may be subject to change. For instance, if there's a new Black Swan event, or if we receive a high priority bug report, then we have no choice but to adapt once more to the changing circumstances. All right, guys. So that's a little bit more about Paribus here. Another factor in planning the launch of the mainnet is making sure that we're prepared for post-launch development too. While our dev team continues to work on integrating NFT loans for the next stage of Paribus, we're also hard at work at building strategic partnerships, coordinating our marketing plans. The CEO says we will continue to do everything we can to have a successful launch. A large part of the overall success is to ensure that systems are running smoothly post-launch. We will be monitoring the protocol and listening to feedback our community may have. The transition to having fully live product will also initiate reward distributions and changes to the PBX deflation mechanism. All right, so shout out to the subscriber that DM'd me. This is a Paribus update. Mainnet should be coming out next month, hopefully. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you today. I love y'all. I will talk to you guys soon with the Vechain and Cardano updates. Go ahead, join the Patreon army, guys. I'll talk to you then. Bye. Thank you so much, Vechain and Cardano army, for your amazing Patreon support, guys. I'd like to give a shout out to Maryland for Crypto, Anthony Andrews, Feruz Din, Kyle Bachi, CryptoSVT.si, Angeltopia, DNC Vale, Leon Jackson II, Kragan, All Flare LLC, Lucky Sunshine Token, and VET Docky. I hope you enjoyed the show, guys, and I'll be back with another video soon.